Prologue. It was night and cold. It was raining, and the wind was strong. I was lying on my bed, reading a web novel. Its name. Kumo desu ga, Nani ka. It was about a girl reincarnated as a spider with a system and levels. It is a somewhat cliched work since nowadays you can find many such isekais online. Reincarnated as a slime, as a dragon, as a vampire, as an elf. Even reincarnated as a vending machine. And about the spider novel. It's fun. It's not the best isekai I've ever read, but the proposal is interesting and makes you very anxious for the next chapter. It fulfills the purpose of a novel. Unfortunately, for me, it lost its way a little halfway through, but it improved again towards the end and was very satisfying. I still have to read some extra chapters published by the author. I got out from under the covers and stood up. I looked at my computer screen and noticed it was brighter than usual. Suddenly, my vision went a little blurry, and I started to feel a pain in my fingertips that went, walking, my arm and suddenly reached my chest. It was excruciating pain. I couldn't even scream. I held my chest and lost all strength in my body. I fell and crashed into the carpet on the floor. The pain gradually subsided, along with my consciousness. I noticed that my cell phone was vibrating before I passed out. When I opened my eyes, I noticed it was dark and quiet around me. So this is the afterlife. I didn't think it would be so comfortable. Despite the darkness, I was enveloped in a warm and very comfortable substance. Seconds later, I noticed I was trapped inside something. It was a soft wall. I started to touch it with my hand, and pushed harder and harder. The wall was elastic, and it was stickier than I had imagined. Then, suddenly, break. I heard the sound of something breaking. It was the wall around me. A dim light was coming from outside. What's that? I looked through the hole that had been opened and noticed a very rocky and dark ceiling as if it were inside a cave. Then, I heard several sounds similar to when I broke through the supposed wall. Then, I crawled out of the hole. And when I did, I finally realized where I was. I was sticking my head out of the hole and using my legs to support myself. Yes, legs. Or paws. Relatively thin, slightly hairy legs, they were spider legs. And all around me. Well, it was a war scene. Several giant spiders were fighting for their lives. I ducked back into the egg in a panic when I saw this. Damn it, damn it. It's happening. The same thing is happening to me. I remembered the beginning of Kumo desu ga. It was the same. It had happened to Kumoko as soon as she was born. Does that mean I've become her? No, that's a joke. Then, suddenly, I heard a voice. The requirements have been completed. The title, editor, has been acquired. What? Editor. Did that exist in the novel? I was reading this manga and I really liked it, so I decided to write a fanfic. I will post one chapter a day. It will be a fanfic focused on adventure, evolution and interaction with the characters from the original series, mainly Kumoko. I hope you have fun. ParodyGirl creators' thoughts. 33 comments, 0 vote. Chapter 1. I wasn't in that classroom. MC is a guy, he's not Kumoko. The voice came like an angel to save me. But it is strange. I never saw this title before. It's certainly not something that exists in the original story. System, please show me what this is. Because of the title, editor, the skill, editing LV1, has been learned. Wow. A skill I've never seen before. Editing LV1. Make edits to your status and skills. I see. Wait, this is a broken skill. It's like a hack. The possibility of editing my status. What if I want to change my race to evolve? And that's what I tried, but blocked. The skill level is too low. It obviously wouldn't work. But I can make other edits. ////. Small lesser Taratect LV1. Skill points, 100. Nameless. Status. HP 12. MP 12. SP 12. Average offense ability, 11. Average defense ability, 11. Average magic ability, 10. Average resistance ability, 10. Average speed ability, 10. ///. Let's see, I can't edit the number of skill points and my level either. But I think I can do it. Editing activated. Average speed ability, 10. My speed is already very high, but I want to increase it even more before I escape from this place. My mother is here, so I have to be careful. Let's go. If I set it to 2000, will it work? Edit successfully applied. Average speed ability, 2000. Duration 456. The duration is only 5 minutes. I stuck my head out again. The war between the spiders was still going. I don't want to participate. There were spiders everywhere, so I looked carefully for the best route. There, in that place. In one area, there were a lot of spider bodies, but no battles were taking place. Also, it's in the opposite direction to where my mother is. Perfect. Please don't come after me. I screamed in my mind and jumped out of the egg. I fully adapted to this body in a second. With my unusual agility and good movements, I fled the scene. Maybe my mother didn't see me. I hope not. Damn, that's tiring. I used up all my SP because of my weak body. Just running for a minute was enough to exhaust me. I can't make such extreme edits. Right, where should I go now? Another spider. It's a spider. It was climbing up the walls and using its webs to build something. Kumoko. No, it's not her. She didn't adapt this quickly. It's probably one of my older brothers or something. I don't have the appraisal skill to know. Oh, that's right. I can buy it with my 100 skill points just like Kumoko did. I acquired the level 1 appraisal skill. Like Kumoko, I analyzed the labyrinth wall. That's the only thing that appeared. I have to keep leveling up the skill just like she did. In the meantime, let's keep walking and look for a place to hide while I recover from this fatigue. I'll think more about this situation when I get to a safe place. I walked along some narrow paths and climbed the walls. Fortunately, I didn't meet any monsters on the way. It's okay, I can do it. As if it was something normal for me, I started to use the web that was coming out of my ass to build a house to hide from the dangers. However, I couldn't finish the house before my SP was practically exhausted. I can end up dying of exhaustion. I climbed up the webs and stood still. I kept my eyes open to observe my surroundings. I could get attacked. It's okay. Everything's a bit calmer now. I took a deep breath. What the fuck is going on here? Did I die? Did I really die? But even if I did die, it doesn't make sense that I came to this place. I wasn't in that classroom. I'm not part of this story. I let out a big sigh and started to feel very tired. I felt like sleeping, but I held myself back. I can't sleep now. First, I need to take a second look at my status. I see, so my speed is now back to normal. This skill is really very convenient. I can use it to escape and also to attack. I need to test whether I can edit 2 statuses simultaneously. If I can edit my strength and agility at the same time, I can take on anything in this place. No, that won't work. My SP is too low. If I edit my statuses and set them too high, I could end up dying. But what if I edit my SP, strength, and agility? No, I'm sure my skill isn't at the level where I can do that. Anyway, it's not the best time to think about it. I need to get in touch with the administrator. If I contact the administrator, I can explain the situation. But for that to happen, I need to attract attention. And there's nothing better to attract attention than conquering this entire labyrinth, is there? But conquering the Great Elro labyrinth is almost impossible. Just thinking about the middle floor, full of lava makes me scared. Right, shall I copy Kumoko's steps? Let's try to capture something. Like it. Add to library. ParodyGirl creators' thoughts. 27 comments 0 vote. Chapter 2 Humans. I'm so unlucky. To start copying Kumoko's steps, I needed to rest. Even though I didn't sleep, my SP recovered, and I worked on my web to catch an enemy. I had already seen a few monsters, but fortunately, I wasn't attacked. I'm being ignored. Or maybe they didn't see me. That's great. I made a web that covered a good part of the passage I was in. After doing this, I waited a few minutes until my first enemy appeared. The first enemy appeared. It was a toad, but with my appraisal level, I couldn't see its status. But I remember it. It's one of the weakest monsters in this area. Ugh, its skin is sticky and disgusting. The toad continued to fight as it tried to free itself from my web. However, it couldn't get away. My web was too strong even though my skills were still of a low level. So. Damn. An attack came. An acid spit came out of its mouth and towards me. It was a surprise, but managed to avoid its attack. You son of a bitch. I shouted in my mind and used my only skill. Editing activated. Average offense ability, 11. Let's make a drastic edit. A few more attacks came. I knew it would hurt if I got hit. However, I wondered if I should be hit on purpose by one of its attacks. Kumoko received skills after being hit. Alright, attack me. I faced the disgusting toad, and our eyes met. I swallowed my saliva. I was feeling quite nervous as I waited for its attack. Then, spit. Its attack came at me. I turned towards it and let its venom hit my ass. When the attack hit me, regret hit me. Ah. That hurts. It fucking hurts. With my ass on fire, I started to run and got away from that toad. I felt like my skin was burning. It hurt like hell. Damn. How could Kumoko have been so indifferent about it? Or did she suffer as much as I did? I can't remember. Damn it, hurry. I began to pray that the voice of heaven would save me. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Acid Resistance LV1, has been learned. Finally. Damn. As soon as I learned the skill, the pain began to diminish. But now that I've accomplished my goal, it's time to end it. It's time to finish my edit. Edit successfully applied. Average offense ability, 1000. Duration 5 o'clock. Yes, perfect. With my extreme strength, I advanced towards the toad. My agility was high, so it wasn't difficult to get close to it without getting hit. As I approached the toad, it started to use its tongue to attack me, but I avoided it. Take that. With my legs, I hit the toad directly in the eyes. My attack was so strong the toad almost came out of my web. It was an instant kill, and I probably got a few experience points. But I didn't level up. I killed it. However, my SP is already low again. That sucks. I need to level up quickly so I can increase my SP. There must be a skill that increases my SP, but I can't remember it. Anyway. I can edit the SP when my editing skill levels up probably. Speaking of which, how long will it take to level up? Grr. Oh, my stomach hurts. Then, I finally started to feel hungry, very hungry. I looked at the dead toad with the pierced eyes and remembered Kumoko devouring this monster. She said it tasted awful, but is it that bad? I'll only find out when I try it. So, still reluctant, I bit into the toad. I bit straight into its stomach. My sharp teeth tore through its flesh with ease. Skill proficiency achieved. Skill, Acid Resistance LV1, became Acid Resistance LV2. Ugh. It tastes awful. The taste of that toad was like rotten meat. Also, the flesh had a sour taste that made my mouth hurt. But what matters is that I filled my stomach. Now I can rest. But I didn't have time for that. My SP is low, so when I heard an enemy approaching, I panicked. Let's go this way. What? Human voices. Yes, human voices. I started to hear various voices. Also, I could see the lights of their torches. Damn. I had made my house too big. It would attract too much attention, and I could end up dead. Why humans? Isn't it too early? I guess I was unlucky. I'm probably in a place where humans frequently visit. But now I shouldn't overthink. I need to hide as quickly as possible. But I can't run now. My SP is too low. So I slowly climbed up my web and got as close to the ceiling as possible, hiding behind the tangles of webs I had created. They were finally here, the humans. Please don't do anything. My heart almost exploded. Like it. Add to library. ParodyGirl creators' thoughts. 20 comments 0 vote. Pissed. Download the app for additional rewards. More events, more perks. Winning you more free perks. Download now. ParodyGirl. Download app now. Chapter 3 Killing Frogs. I stood still, watching the lights of the humans' torches. I was trembling as I would be killed if I were seen. I'm weak, and my SP is too low to do anything with my editing skill. But if I'm seen, I'll have to do something. At least I have to die trying to survive. What's that? There's a lot of webs around here. It looks like the spider that used to live here has abandoned its home. I heard one of the humans speak. I didn't know how many there were, but it was probably a large group. Don't touch that. Another human spoke. His voice was deeper. Then, I could see that the glow from their torches had increased. Ah, damn. Yes, he had set fire to my house. Yes, that happened to Kumoko, too, but I didn't imagine it would happen to me. Damn it, what do I do? Should I stand still for now? The human footsteps were becoming distant. They were moving away. So I stood still and waited for a while. My web was very flammable. It was burning fast. When the fire was very close, I finally decided to run away. I ran across the roof and ran opposite where the humans had gone. Those sons of bitches. But at least I wasn't discovered. I hid between two rocks and used my web to protect myself again. Then I took a deep breath and closed my eyes to get some rest. It was silent around me. There didn't seem to be anyone. However, I was suddenly attacked. The web protecting me began to be corroded by the acid one of the toads living in the area had used. Son of a bitch. I didn't edit my status, but I attacked it anyway. I used my fangs and bit it. Then my poison kicked in. It was the first time I had used my poison. Huh. It didn't take long for the toad to be killed. Then, I finally suffered my first skin change. Small Lesser Taratect LV1 became Small Lesser Taratect LV2. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Poison Resistance LV1, became Poison Resistance LV2. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Thread Manipulation LV2, has become Thread Manipulation LV3. Skill points received. Honestly, it felt good. It was a bit disgusting to see all my skin being changed, but when it was all over, I felt extremely good, as if I'd just woken up from a deep sleep. I felt very energized. It's great to level up. I don't remember how long it took Kumoko to level up. Also, I don't remember being notified that my thread manipulation skill had become LV2. Now it's LV3. It probably went up a level after I built my house, and I didn't even notice. Poison resistance has also gone up, that's great. Plus, I got 100 skill points. But I'm not going to spend them now. Right, now that my status has been restored, I can use my editing skill again. My SP has gone up a bit. Small Lesser Taratect LV2. Skill points, 100. Nameless. Status. HP 15. MP 15. SP 15. That's right, now that I've noticed. Even though my appraisal skill is still at level 1, I can still see all my status. I can see all my statuses because of my editing skill probably. I need to see my status to edit it, don't I? But even if I can see my status, I can't see the status of other monsters. So apart from the fact that I can see my status because of the editing skill, the evaluation skill works like Kumoko's. I need to level it up. I'll keep evaluating everything I come across on the way. I walked slowly and followed some narrow paths in the giant labyrinth. I confess that I no longer knew where I was and didn't have a map to locate me. Even so, I had to keep going. I want to reach a place that I remember Kumoko having visited before. The place where the giant bee's nest is. If I remember correctly, the monster's name is Finjicoat. But it will be challenging to find the place. On the way, I'll hunt down more of those toads. There's also a dragon there, isn't there? What would happen if I edited my strength to 100,000 and hit it? Damn, I'm tired. Small Lesser Taratect LV4 became Small Lesser Taratect LV5. All basic skills improved. Proficiency achieved. The skill, Pain Resistance LV1, has been learned. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Poison Fang LV 6 inches has become Poison Fang LV7. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Night Vision LV5, became Night Vision LV6. Oh. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a few hours. I've spent all this time hunting toads, so it's taken me a long time to level up. They're very low-level monsters, so I had to kill many. I should do some things to gain skills like throw some rocks to gain a throwing skill. I should also try to get some magic skills. I have 400 skill points. Can I buy a magic skill with that? I don't think I can get a good skill. Let's move on and look for the place where the nest is. That place is the perfect place to farm experience at my current level. But I have to be careful, it won't be that easy. But seriously. I don't think it will be that easy to get there. Besides, I'll have to face a lot of enemies on the way. I'll post daily chapters now. I was feeling sick. 24 comments 0 vote. Chapter 4 My Own Story. Small Lesser Taratect LV5. Skill points, 400. Nameless. Status. HP 24. MP 24. SP 24. It's strange how all my statuses are the same. Alright, but what about the skills I have now? Editing LV1. Appraisal LV4. Acid resistance LV4. Poison fang LV7. Night vision LV6. Pain resistance LV1. Thread manipulation LV6. Poison resistance LV5. Honestly, I don't have that many skills. It takes a lot of work to gain skills. I've attacked the toads in every way. I've attacked them with stones, bitten, punched, kicked, and done all that, but I haven't gained any new attack skills. My only weapons at the moment are my poison and my web. However, I'm not as clever as Kumoko. Even though I know how to use my web, I can't use it to my advantage that easily. Honestly, I need to fight differently. Trying to trap my enemies and poison them isn't working. My acid resistance has even gone up several levels because of the amount of attacks I've received from those damn toads. Ha! Besides, I was trying not to be held hostage by my editing skill since it uses up a lot of my SP, and I could end up in trouble if I get too tired during a battle. However, this skill is the only way to conquer this labyrinth. If I follow in Kumoko's footsteps, I'll end up dead. Besides, it's no fun following the original story and doing everything the way she did. I need to create my own story. Since I have the possibility of editing my status and abilities, how about creating an original story called I've been reincarnated as Kumoko, and now I have an editing system that allows me to be the strongest monster in the world. Nah. Grr. Oh damn, I have to eat again. I stuffed my belly with the meat of 2 frogs I had killed earlier and then built a new simple house using my web so I could rest for a while. I stayed there for almost 3 hours. It didn't take long for all my SP to recover. Now that I'm fully recovered, I'll farm some experience to get to level 10 and evolve. Speaking of evolution, I'll do the same evolutions as Kumoko to get the Arachne race. It's the right thing to do. Well, I don't know if the system will give me the same evolution path. Right, there aren't any monsters around here. I walked around for a few minutes. I walked mainly along the walls and the ceiling to avoid the rocky floor, which could be dangerous. Most of the monsters in this place stayed on the ground. Oh, speaking of them. I think this monster's name is Elroferect. It's a centipede. Ugh, it's disgusting. The amount of legs was highly uncomfortable. I hate that kind of insect with lots of legs. As far as I remember, this monster is weak but fast. Oh, that's right, I can use the appraisal skill. Elroferect LV4. LV4. It's at a lower level than mine. I don't need to edit my status to deal with it. However, this is my first time fighting this monster, so I must be careful. Right, I'll approach carefully. I walked along the ceiling in the darkest part. I remained camouflaged in the dark, and the monster didn't notice me. It continued to walk with its many paws towards me. I stood still and waited until it was right below me. Now. Screaming in my mind, I let go of the ceiling and fell towards the monster. Its senses were good, so the Ferrect noticed my presence. It looked up, and its fangs were shown to me. Ugh. I had to throw my web towards the ceiling and stop my movement before being hit. I was left dangling, and the Ferrect stood up using the back of its body. A strange sound came from its mouth, and I swung using my web. Then, I broke free of the web and flew towards the wall. As soon as I reached the wall, Ferrect ran towards me. However, I'm faster. I ran towards it. Then I hit the back of its body. Damn, its shell is hard. However, I couldn't inject my poison because of its hard shell. Then I'll use my strength. With my legs, I hit just the back of its body. The insect screamed in pain as my light but powerful legs began to break its shell. If it had a higher level, I'd be fucked. With its body now damaged, I managed to inject poison into it, killing it. Damn, that was more fun than I thought. Luckily, I didn't get hit once. But that was dangerous. I took Ferrect's body, wrapped it in my web, and put it on the wall to eat later. As soon as I finished putting the body away, new monsters appeared, perhaps attracted by the sound of our fight. But that's good, they'll become experience points for my evolution. Creation is hard, cheer me up. ParodyGirl creators' thoughts. 18 comments 0 vote. Chapter 5 Monster's Nest. Small Lesser Taratect LV5, became, Small Lesser Taratect LV6. All basic skills improved. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Pain Resistance LV1, became, Pain Resistance LV2. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Poison Fang LV7, became, Poison Fang LV8. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Night Vision LV6, became Night Vision LV7. Everything is progressing rather quickly. But I'm still a long way from level 10. There aren't many monsters here. Just more Phyrex. Ah, it's true. I saw a trio of tiny dinosaurs. But they were on level 2 and ran away when they saw me kill one of the Phyrex. I could have gone after them, but I didn't. Alright, let's eat and get some rest, after which we'll continue my journey in search of where the bee's nest is. Or was it wasps? It doesn't matter. It's a great place to level up. Not only that, but it's also the place where I can reach a deep part of the labyrinth and where the earth dragon is. Killing that monster will give me a frightening number of experience points. But won't doing that hinder Kumoko's evolution? But I'm not Kumoko. So far, I haven't found out precisely whether I became her or I'm just an extra who ended up in this place. But I think I am an extra. It's impossible that I took Kumoko's place. I'll only find out the truth when I meet her. Small Lesser Taratect LV6 became Small Lesser Taratect LV7. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Thread Manipulation LV5, became Thread Manipulation LV6. Skill proficiency achieved. Skill, Night Vision LV7, became Night Vision LV8. Seriously, this is making me a bit sad. My skill number isn't increasing like Kumoko's. I even got hit by paralysis skills to try to acquire paralysis resistance, but I failed. Unfortunately, my number of skills seems to be limited. I'm not Kumoko. If I had become her, I would have the same ability to gain skills easily. But to say that I didn't gain any skills, I did receive a rather interesting skill. However, I had to spend my points to buy it, and that skill is called Mana Perception. However, it cost all of my 500 points. For some reason, it's costly. I don't know the exact price Kumoko paid for her skills, but it's expensive. Now I'll focus on acquiring mana control to learn magic. After that, I'll think about other skills to learn. And why did I take this skill, you ask? I like magic. Yes, I love magic. Stories focused on magic are my favorite. I want to use magic. I remember that Kumoko was also very keen to use magic, but I don't think she likes magic as much as I do. I want to get all the magical elements. I want to become a wizard king or something. I'm exaggerating. It will take a lot of work. Small Lesser Taratect LV7. Skill points, 0. Nameless. Status. HP 26. MP 26. SP 26. Average offense ability, 17. Average defense ability, 17. Average magic ability, 16. Average resistance ability, 16. Average speed ability, 16. Active abilities. Editing LV1. Appraisal LV5. Poison Fang LV8. Thread Manipulation LV6. Passive abilities. Acid Resistance LV4. Night Vision LV8. Pain Resistance LV2. Poison Resistance LV6. Mana Perception LV1. Wah, there are too many. I had arrived in a place I shouldn't have been. It was a place that was infested with monsters. It was the Phyrex again, but there were too many of them this time. A colony of them. In other words, a lot of experience for me. It was disgusting, though. The monsters were all together. It is like a plague. It's disgusting. But I have to do it. It was a small room inside the labyrinth full of Phyrex. It's a nest of these monsters. Most were standing still, probably sleeping or resting, but some were moving around. It was very dark, but I could see everything thanks to my ability Night Vision LV8. The way I am now, I can't kill all these monsters without using my editing skill. How many of them are here? 1, 2, 3. There must be 30 of them. That's wild. Activating my appraisal skill almost drove me crazy. The amount of names and levels was absurd. Most of them are between levels 3 and 4. But there are some stronger ones. I even saw one at level 8. Fortunately, none of them have evolved. The strongest ones may be out. I have to do this quickly. Alright, let's edit my strength since my speed is already high. Editing activated. Average offense ability, 17. Let's put the strength at 500. Let's not overdo it, I can't spend too much of my SP. If I spend all my SP, I won't be able to kill everyone. Average offense ability, 500. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Editing LV1, became Editing LV2. What? Really? I thought the skill would take a while to level up. Can I make 2 edits now? Average speed ability, 16. Let's set the speed to 500 as well. Edit successfully applied. My god, it worked. Now everything's easier. TRA chapters every day. Creation is hard, cheer me up. ParodyGirl creators' thoughts. 32 comments, 0 vote. Chapter 6, I can finally evolve. I already started to feel the difference. It was incredible to have so much strength and agility simultaneously. I felt like I could run around and kill anything in this maze. Of course, it's not that easy. I have to do this quickly. I looked again at the vast number of monsters together in that room and swallowed my saliva. I have 5 minutes to do this. No, I have less time. My SP is too low. Damn, I've got to get an SP regeneration skill or something. Alright, I'm losing focus. I have to do it soon. I took a deep breath and then moved on. I went for the nearest monsters first. The level 4 centipedes managed to react, but not in time. I used my legs to hit them directly in the head and kill them. After that, I threw my web towards the ceiling and climbed up. Oops. Then, a commotion broke out among the monsters. They noticed my presence and started making lots of sounds. They were angry. I stuck to the ceiling and then jumped towards the center of the centipedes, landing on one of them and biting it. This time, my fangs managed to pierce its shell, and my poison entered its body. My venom was potent, so the monster died quickly, even though it had a resistance to poison. But now I'm surrounded. I looked around, and all the monsters jumped towards me simultaneously. I threw my web in the eyes of 2 of them and hit 2 others with my legs. They didn't die, but they flew away. After that, I bit one of the blind centipedes and threw my web towards the ceiling. I narrowly missed being hit by the bite of one of the centipedes. How many have I killed? There must still be 20 of them, that's unbelievable. But I don't want to give up. I kept going down and attacking the centipedes. In 3 minutes, I managed to kill more than 10 of them, and one of them was of a high level. Thanks to that, I was able to go up another level. Small Lesser Taratect LV7 became Small Lesser Taratect LV8. I'm leveling up very slowly. I wanted to gain more experience. I regained my SP and also the little HP I had lost. However, my edits to my strength and agility are almost gone. I don't know if I'll be able to kill them all. But I have to try. I threw myself from the ceiling towards one of the centipedes. They were all staring at me, so I had no way of attacking them by surprise. Luckily for me, they can't climb up to the ceiling. It would be much more difficult if they could climb the ceiling like me. Vosh. But even if I can't surprise them, I can change my trajectory. However, I could have done better. Even though I moved quickly and fooled the centipede's eyes, it still managed to attack. It opened its fangs and almost hit me, but I threw my web into its eyes and then fell on it, piercing it with my fangs and killing it. As soon as I was off its body, I sighed and looked around. All the centipedes were coming towards me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's a total of 8 of them. I'd killed more than I thought. I decided to face them head on while I still had time. I'm much faster and stronger. I can do it. Take that, and that. I started hitting the approaching centipedes with my legs like a boxer. Even though I didn't have claws, I was causing much damage because of my high strength. I took advantage of the monsters being knocked out for a few seconds and attacked them with my poison. Their number was gradually decreasing. However, the time that my ability was active was also decreasing. 120. Fast, but fast. I smashed the head of one of them against the floor. After killing one more, my level went up again. Small Lesser Taratect LV8 became Small Lesser Taratect LV9. I continued to kill without worrying about my SP. Their number was rapidly decreasing, and the next thing I knew, only one was left. And it was the highest level centipede. It had been hiding until now. It can be smarter. I don't know. It stood over the bodies of its companions and stared at me. 020. I've killed a lot of them in a minute, but I need to deal with the last one. With an impulse, I jumped towards the centipede. Seeming to understand its fate, it screeched and stood still as it received my attack. I threw it against the wall, and it screamed in pain. Then I appeared on top of it, and my eyes stared at it. I could sense that it was afraid of me. I gave it a big smile and injected my poison into its body. Small lesser Taratect LV9, became, small lesser Taratect LV10. Requirements acquired. Small lesser Taratect is able to evolve. Oh my god, I can finally evolve. Thank god I found this nest. Oh, and my statuses are restored. Fortunately, I've leveled up. My SP was low. Alright, let's follow Kumoko's evolution path. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Like it. Add to library. ParodyGirl creators thoughts. 43 comments 0 vote. Chapter 7 Evolution. Kumoko's path of evolution was simple, and I could remember it. As I imagined, I had two options to choose from. Lesser Taratect or Small Taratect, and Kumoko evolution was Small Taratect. Of course, as I knew what would happen when I evolved, I left the room where all the bodies were and went to a slightly more secluded area. As my SP was restored, I could build the house. I hid among my cozy webs and then made my choice. Small Lesser Taratect is evolving into Small Taratect. As soon as I made my choice, I quickly lost consciousness. It was almost instantaneous, even a little strange. And when I woke up sometime later, Small Taratect confirmed. Alright, evolution is done. Small Taratect LV1. Skill points, 400. Nameless. Status. HP 30. MP 30. SP 30. Average offense ability, 20. Average defense ability, 20. Average magic ability, 15. Average resistance ability, 15. Average speed ability, 20. My status hasn't changed much. Because of return to level 1. But as I level up, I'll get much stronger. Grr. My stomach was rumbling again, so I left my house and went to the room where the centipedes were to fill my stomach. I'd gotten used to the horrible taste of these monsters. Someone came here. But to my surprise, many of the bodies had disappeared. I don't know if they decompose quickly, but I don't think so. I'm sure someone came through here. But that doesn't matter. Nom, nom, nom. I ate the monsters without caring what it tasted like. Okay, I'm full now. I left the room and went on with my adventure. I walked for some time, perhaps for almost 2 hours. On the way, I encountered some monsters that were no challenge to me. After my evolution, the editing effect lasts longer. After evolving, the editing effect will now last 10 minutes. I thought increasing the skill level would increase the time, but it only increased after I evolved. If the time keeps growing as I evolve, the edit will last practically forever. But come to think of it, doesn't it already last forever? There's no cooldown. The only thing that prevents me from keeping edits active is that my SP drops much faster when they're active. When I have a large number of SP, I'll be invincible. It excites me to keep leveling up and increasing my SP. Oh, that's right, I went up to level 3 in those 2 hours. Change of POV. In a practically dead-end room, a spider cautiously arrived while scanning the interior. The spider had the ability called night vision. The spider could see everything. There, the spider could see several bodies of giant centipedes stacked on each other. Wah! What the hell happened here? Was it the humans I saw before? Or was it some other monster? The spider thought. The spider wasn't afraid but worried that the person or monster who had done all that was still around. However, the spider couldn't hear anything or see anyone. The bodies had been abandoned. Will the person who killed all these monsters mind if I steal some food? With its web, the spider smiled and then wrapped up some of the bodies to take with it. The spider began to drag them away. As it left, the spider noticed remnants of spider web on the walls and the room's ceiling. A spider did that. It could be one of my brothers. Naiwa. The spider dragged the bodies away and stuck them to the wall. After doing so, it ate one of the bodies and then decided to rest for a while. After resting, the spider returned to the same place the bodies had been. However, as soon as the spider arrived, all the bodies had been devoured. Only the hard shell of the bodies remained. Who did this? The spider finally started to get scared. The spider had even forgotten that it could be a spider. The spider thought this monster was much more dangerous than a spider. I'm going to get away from this place. The monster that killed all those monsters and devoured them could appear at any moment. With its 8 legs, the spider fled desperately. Like it. Add to library. Creation is hard, cheer me up. ParodyGirl creators thoughts. 28 comments 0 vote. Chapter 8 I'm going to destroy another nest. That's it, I've finally found it. This is the place I've been looking for. This is the same place where Kumoko fell and went into the labyrinth's depths, where there are more powerful monsters. There's also a bee's nest. Ah, I can already see 3 of them. Finji code LV3. HP 201. MP 66. SP 148. Offense, 78. Defense, 75. Magic, 35. Resistance, 41. Speed, 74. They're all level 3. My strength is enough to deal with them. I don't need to use my editing skills here. Besides, the nest isn't here. They're coming. From what I remember, they have poison. The 3 monsters chased me, and I quickly moved and used my web to create a trap. As they were dumb monsters, I managed to catch one of them. One of them got stuck, and the other 2 just watched as I bit off their friend's head. After that, I jumped towards them and fell on top of one of the Finji coat, knocking it to the ground. I bit it, and its friend took advantage to try to hurt me, but I avoided its attack. The monster hit its friend in the stomach, and with my legs, I grabbed its head and twisted it. After that, I picked up the bodies of the 3 and threw them into the hole to see how deep it was. Even with my night vision, I couldn't see the bottom. I don't even know if there are any monsters down there. It's pretty deep, but I can reach the bottom using my webs. But if I go down, climbing back up would be tricky. I'll be unable to climb these walls because of my low SP. I'll probably get tired before I get up here. So if I go down, I won't be able to climb up. I'll take another route. But I need to remember the path Kumoko used. I'm sure I'll remember when the time comes. Up. There's nothing. Is this a different place? I remember that Kumoko found and destroyed a nest here later in the story. There's no way she's already destroyed the nest. In any case, it's an excellent place to reach the deepest part of the labyrinth. Speaking of the labyrinth, I can already see the data that Kumoko saw with her appraisal skill. Great Elro Labyrinth Wall. The Great Elro Labyrinth is the largest labyrinth in the world, connecting the continents of Dastrudia and Kasanagara. Yes, that's better. I can also tell which are the 2 continents. But I'll worry about that when I leave this place. Now it's time to go down. It was hard as I thought it would be. At first, I started to climb down the walls with my legs, but I couldn't get very far, and I started to lose strength in my legs. I confess that I'm getting scared of falling. If I fall, I could really die. So here's what I decided to do. I used my web and started doing a bungee jump, throwing my web in the wall and letting my body fall, then repeating the same process repeatedly. I confess it was a lot of fun. Then, suddenly. Oh, crap. As I was falling, I could see them. There were several of them, several monsters of the Finji code race. They seem much more threatening now that they're in such a large group. Just those 3 didn't scare me, but now I'm terrified. How many of them are there? 20, 30, 40. I can't count. Oh, and I can see their nest. Damn, I couldn't see it before because of the depth, what the fuck? Skill proficiency achieved. Skill, appraisal LV6, became, appraisal LV7. Ah, they're coming. I have to fall or go up again. Desperately, I filled the wall with web and made a makeshift house. I made thick webbing to protect myself and opened my system to edit my status. This time, I didn't increase my strength and agility. I decided to increase my resistance and speed. This time, I focused mainly on my resistance. Average resistance ability, 19. Fuck it, set my resistance to 5000. And set my speed to 2000. Even if my SP runs out, I must do it. At least, I must survive. Ah, they're attacking. The web in my house started getting attacked from everywhere. At least 10 Finji coats were attacking with their stingers at the same time. I despaired that my web wouldn't protect me. But now, with editing applied, everything is fine. My resistance defense is so high I won't be hurt. Let's go. I climbed up the wall at high speed. The Finji coat couldn't even keep up with me. After climbing a bit and attracting the Finji coats, I threw myself, yes, I threw myself. This time, I didn't even use my web. I jumped straight into the nest. My heart stopped as I passed the monsters and crashed into their nest. I clung to that spot and soon began to be attacked from all sides. But my high resistance soon proved its worth. I was hit once, but I wasn't even hurt. This monster isn't an evolution, but it's level 5 and didn't even manage to hurt me. I should have some fun. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Like it. Add to library. ParodyGirl creators' thoughts. 32 comments 0 vote. Chapter 9 Queen. Another evolution. Warning. I don't have much experience in writing fight scenes, as you may have already realized, so I hope you won't be too hard on me. Raising my resistance to 5.000 was enough to make my defense impenetrable to weak monsters like these. That's incredible. I have to be careful, though. High Finji code LV4. HP 226. MP 121. SP 220. 169. Offense, 134. Defense, 84. Magic, 78. Resistance, 82. Speed, 178. There are some high Finji code and probably some more evolved races. Let's go in. There was a hole in the nest. It was a beehive, and the queen was hidden inside. Of course, the queen wasn't alone. There were many Finji coats inside the nest. There were monsters inside the nest, and the monsters outside started to come in. I used my poison and my legs to blow their heads off. It is effortless when you don't take damage. After a few seconds, Small Taratect LV3 became Small Taratect LV4. My level is up. My SP was restored. And, of course, I took advantage of the large amount of bodies of those I killed to block the path. The nest was narrow, so using the bodies is a good move. However, more and more enemies appeared. Then, I came across one of the generals. General Finji code LV2. HP 365. MP 287. SP 353. 322. Offense, 187. Defense, 145. Magic, 142. Resistance, 150. Speed, 213. Fortunately, it was a low-level general. I'm getting closer to the queen. I'll remove the edits in my speed and edit my strength. Let's raise the strength to 2000. After doing that, everything became easier. I didn't even need to use my poison. With just my fists, I could kill all the monsters. Their HP wasn't high, and their defense couldn't withstand my attacks. Punch, punch, punch. Every punch I threw with one of my legs was a kill. Small Taratect LV4 became Small Taratect LV5. Small Taratect LV5 became Small Taratect LV6. Small Taratect LV6 became Small Taratect LV7. Small Taratect LV7 became Small Taratect LV8. That's what I call Express Farm. Where are you, Queen? Finding the queen after killing some of the generals wasn't difficult. The queen was hiding from me. The queen is scared. There are still a lot of monsters here. They keep getting in my way. But even though I found the queen, it's hard to attack it when so many monsters are in my way. I continued to kill them, but the number of monsters didn't decrease. The number of generals also grew, and they set up an extensive line of defense so that I couldn't get close to the queen. But since my defense was very high because of the editing I'd done, I decided to dive towards them and just hit them with all my strength. And that's how I easily broke through the general's line of defense. Small Taratect LV8 became Small Taratect LV9. I used my legs to punch them towards the queen. However, the queen managed to protect herself from the bodies of her subordinates and remained intact. The generals' bodies broke in half because of my attacks. So, the queen decided to make the easy choice. She realized she couldn't face me, so she ran away. Of course, I won't let that happen. I threw my web towards the queen and grabbed her, then I pulled with all my strength, and she couldn't resist. Seeing that she was going to be killed, the queen tried to attack me, but to no avail. Her sting couldn't hurt me. I then bit her and injected my poison. The queen held on longer than the other monsters but soon died. But I didn't level up. However, my skill has gone up a level. Skill proficiency achieved. The skill, Poison Fang LV8, became Poison Fang LV9. Requirements complete. The title, Poison Technique User, has been received. Skill, Poison Synthesis LV1, and Poison Magic LV1, have been acquired. New skills. Besides, it won't be long before the Poison Fang skill reaches the maximum level. I smiled with satisfaction and noticed that the surrounding monsters had finally panicked. With the queen's death, they no longer had anyone to follow and didn't know what to do. I had to take advantage and gain more experience. However, now the Finji coats were spreading out across the big hole, it would take a lot of work to hunt them. It took a long time, but after throwing myself over the walls, trapping some of them with my webs and a lot of quick punches, I managed to kill them all. And then, I got the notification I'd been waiting for. Small Taratect LV9 became Small Taratect LV10. Able to evolve. Yes SS. I had to get near the bottom and make my new home. And that's what I did. After eating a bit, I continued to use my web to go down little by little. And then I got close to the bottom. At the bottom, there was nothing but rocky ground. The dragon wasn't there. It must be hiding somewhere. Alright, let's make a small house. I don't need to exaggerate. Alright, just like that. I quickly built my home, creating a layer of thick webbing to protect me from any enemies that might come near. It wouldn't protect me from the dragon, but I doubt the Araba dragon will attack me. Right, now I can choose the path of evolution. Taratect. Small poison Taratect. Yes, that's it. I probably unlocked this path of evolution because I've upped my poison skill a lot. I used it a lot. I wonder if I would release this path of evolution if I didn't keep using my poison. I don't think so. Right, the time has come. I choose small poison Taratect. Create